Hello YouTubers, this is Cessnaace back again with another video. Thanks to fellow collector and YouTuber Luke Morris 1, I have felt the need to go through my various collections as he wanted to see all of them. I think what he had in mind was all in one video. That's going to be very difficult as my collections, and I collect over 50 things, is spread out all over the house in various areas. And as I've stated before, I have over 1,000 magazines, and I've been going through those tonight. These are some of the older gaming magazines that I have, and there's one in here that I totally forgot I had. First of all, I have some issues from a magazine from 1984. This is the premiere issue of K-Power. This magazine was devoted to various computer systems such as the Atari line of computers, the Commodore line of computers, the Apple line of computers, so forth. I got these from an uncle. He gave me all of his Commodore stuff, which included a ton of magazines, plus two boxed complete Commodore 64s, a color Commodore 64 monitor, the disk drive, software, so forth and so on. I started to put it all together, one of the systems, but I never got around to finishing it. Anyway, I don't want to take up too much time with these, as I'm building towards something at the bottom of the pile. Have some issues from 1991 of a great magazine, miss it, called Video Games and Computer Entertainment. Nintendo, Sega, NEC, Atari, IBM, Apple, Commodore, and Amiga. What they failed to mention is they also covered arcade games. They're alive! Here's one of the mentioned arcade games. That's from Williams. It's an arcade game called Hit the Ice. Battle Squadron for the Genesis, $49.95. The Punisher for the NES, $44.95. Shadow Dancer for the Genesis, $49.95. A bargain, Galaxy 5000 from Activision for the NES, $39.95. Not familiar with that game. Princess Tomato in the Salad Kingdom from Hudson Soft for the NES, $44.95. Now here's the game from Bandai that is a guilty pleasure. I don't really enjoy playing it, but I do enjoy owning it. I paid full price for it back in the day. I have it complete boxed. I'm semi-ashamed to admit that I bought Gilligan's Island at full price, as it is a truly awful game. In proof that most of the high price of games goes to the licensing fee, this is for a game that was from an unlicensed publisher for the NES, American Video Entertainment. Crazy Creatures, $29.95. Of course, the NES saw a lot of unlicensed third-party publishers. Color Dreams, which became Wisdom Tree, American Video Entertainment, Tension, Camerica, and so forth. There's only one unlicensed game that was ever released for the Super Nintendo, and that was a Wisdom Tree game. Ultima Quest of the Avatar for the NES, $59.95. Anyway. As I said, I missed this magazine. Now, the oldest issue of Electronic Gaming Monthly I have, this is issue number 6, displayed until January 31st, 1990. Now they have a section, mini mag, they call it, all Sega, mostly having to do with Genesis games. However, there is one notable exception. A playthrough for Golden Axe for the Master System. Continues on. And continues on. And so forth and so on. But what I've been leading up to is the premiere issue from 1989 of a magazine called GamePro. That on the back for something called the NES, with its zapper gun and some games. Become an Atarian. I think not. Now, what I paid for my Atari 7800 sealed in the box was $80, but it came with 20 sealed Atari 2600 games and 20 sealed Atari 7800 games. I picked it up at a local outlets mall. They had found a bunch of them in a warehouse in Mexico, and my wife was the first one to stumble on it, and they were stacked up to the ceiling. She said she didn't know if I would be interested, so she didn't get it. I immediately went down there the next day, and that stack was closer to the ground than up to the ceiling. I got one, got home, went through the games, and you know what? I think I'll go and buy a second one. I went right back down there and sold out. Of course, they were right off the interstate, so, and they still are. More Power Glove nonsense. Vegas Dream is another one that I bought back in the day and have complete in the box. Some game called Adventure Island. To be wrapping up soon because of time as far as this video is concerned. Mario Brothers. Afterburner is one of the games on here. I have Afterburner for both the Master System and the NES. Space Harrier, Gradius, 1943, Mighty Bomb Jack, Super Mario Brothers 3. Only one issue under their belt, and they're already hawking their wares, putting their name all over everything. More games, more games. Back in the days when they used to print high scores submitted from people who achieved them. Nintendo, Sega, Atari. Those are all games that came out for the Atari 7800. One of the unlicensed publishers for the NES was Tengen. Okay, Luke, see what you started? Because I've got a long way to go. Till next time, stay awesome. Oh, and in one of the magazines, they mentioned that there was a rumor of an upcoming portable Genesis. They were going to look into it. I can't remember which magazine it was, but this is what they were referring to. I bought this back in the day. Paid full price and was glad I did, because they were on store shelves long. Until next time, stay awesome.